Have you ever just drifted down a peaceful river, a small little boat, you and someone special in your life? That's what it's like when you visit Waterfront. Waterfront is anything that's close to water. I don't care if it's sea, lake, pond, ocean, river, stream, or just a little trickle of water down a waterfall. This is where life comes together. It's all at the edge of the water. And we've divided our waterfront into all of those things for you. So it doesn't matter what region of the country you come from, there's something in waterfront for you because we all live by water. And here is part of our ocean water, I would call, or the sea. And what makes this come to life to me is the sea glass pieces. We have some new pieces of standing fish that are on little pedestals with that driftwood almost effect base at the bottom. There's fish, little containers that are flat little bowls or sculpted pieces that are just little interesting accessory pieces to put around. And then again, you'll see some of the sea glass that are stacked as candle holders or just as artistic pieces by themselves. Glass vases that also mimic that feeling of that sea glass come to life in this collection. And just the overall white with the blue makes it all come to life and makes it work on this waterfront. Here we have a set of our new lanterns. Well, okay, maybe it's not a new lantern, but it's one of our top ever selling lanterns. We had it in natural. We brought it in this season in white because of you. We've had a lot of requests for it. And you were right. It's a beautiful set of lanterns, and I know it's going to do well too. And then we've paired all this blue and white with natural rattan colors. The rattan comes to life up above in a light, and then it drops down to the table in containers, and even that wood finish of that new lantern. The container isn't a rattan piece, it's a rattan look-alike. This is a resin piece, or it's a very, very heavy piece of pottery, but it's got that woven technique as the finish on the outside. This is very trendy right now. You're going to see it in so many different things in so many of our collections. Down below, you'll see a new set of trays, and they also have that weaved or woven technique inside with the rattan or the caning on there. Pieces in baskets, you'll see the rattan or the weaving effect. And this new set of rabbits, they all look like it's just a woven piece of rattan, sculpted in a beautiful shape of a bunny. Some new vases that will mimic the colors of the sand. And here we have these tall, very slender vases that are beautiful in this collection. And they are two-tone. The top is glazed and then unglazed, but it gives you that a feeling that you're walking through the sand. The colors here are beautiful because of their soft blues of the glass that reflects lights, reflects the surface of the water, and the blue of the sky brought down with the white and the color of the sand. The color continues over on this side where you're going to get a little bit more of that aqua green color coming through, or that minty green, and you're going to see it in candle holders that have a contemporary pattern on it. Maybe some wood carved fish containers. They're just little bowls to hold little trinkets. Maybe it's just shells or a few pieces with a little bit of sand in it. And you're going to see a lot of new vases like this year, and the little tiny vases. Everyone is into little vases like this with just a little sprig or two of flowers you can put in it, but they're beautiful little accessory pieces to put all around the home. Some coordinating birds that also have that pattern of that candlestick. The color is crisp, it's fresh, and it's almost as if it's a seafoam color. Some interesting containers you're going to see that sort of have that mid-century effect with unusual handles on them, as you'll see. And these containers, or the vases, are metal. And then we have some new lanterns that will hold either the simplex candles or Fia flame. And again, we've been talking about that highly gloss polish effect. We have them in these birds also. Down below, you'll see a new sculpt, or another little trinket dish of a fish, and then a sculpt of a natural looking turtle that has an unusual pattern on his back. A new shape of lantern here with that whitewashed wood. And we put a few shells in there, but you can put candles. But I think that's perfect for this look because they almost have the appearance of a treasure chest. The weaving baskets, or that woven effect, is continued in this wall piece. This is a basket that will hang on the wall. It is fabric lined, and you can drop a few little blossoms or stems, as we did here with the beautiful watercolored eucalyptus. Some new prints of sailboats that really come alive in bringing the beautiful blues of the water and the blues of the sky as they come together as the ships sail across the bay. If you're looking for a more traditional look and more of a stronger nautical look, we have that for you too, with the deeper, rich navy blues in this look. And I'm going to come over here because I really want to show you this new lamp. A lot of our new lamps you'll see in Waterfront along in some of our other collections, but this big oversized lamp in this beautiful shade of blue comes to life in this collection. Some new trays, which also have the caning, the weaving on the base. Some new containers that are bold with that cobalt blue, and then the base of it is unglazed, so you get that natural terracotta color coming through. Some new glass containers, and what I think is interesting about these vases, or this vase and this bowl, is that they're footed. There's a metal container or a little metal stand which both of these stand on, and it rises it up above the table level and makes it that little bit more special, a little bit more majestic. A new clock that has sort of a rustic feel to it, and I love the blue slate backdrop with the white numbers on it. New wall art that has oars that are under glass, and we all know what glass does to any element. You put anything under glass, it gives it more perceived value. These two oars come alive, and they're bold and make a major, major statement in this look. Over here, the nautical look still is strong with some more whimsical pieces, and we've got some fun-looking sailboats. This one here is actually a set of bookends, a sign that says smooth sailing, and then a couple nautical birds with a interesting little beak. I think they're really, really cute. The nautical ropes continue as we get spheres with in the cobalt blue or more the natural white, and coordinating candlestick holders. Now, maybe you don't live by the ocean front, but I told you this is all about the waterfront, or the edge of the water. And the water will continue into maybe some of our mountain streams, or back into some very thick, heavy wooded areas. And maybe it's just a stream through your neighborhood, but the look continues with a new clock here that's got that rustic feel. But to make it a look and appear a little more modern, they put a high gloss metal frame around it. But I like the inlaid artwork in there with the wood pieces. Some new wall pieces that I think are exceptional. I love how this all works together as one pictorial. It's three different sections of this picture, but it works great as one piece. It gives you the illusion as you're close to the morning dew as it's rising up off of the riverfront. We told you this is more the rustic look, and I feel like I'm in sort of a bayou or something but we have some new florals that go with it, and this cascading vine is really, really beautiful and adds to that element of this water's edge. And then a smaller piece that coordinates with it over there. The ducks down here with their bronze beak and feet, but they have that woven technique again. This is all made out of resin, but you'll have this whole little family of ducks that maybe they're just resting by the side of the river. Some new wood boats that are elevated on stands, one with a metal sail and some with the actual canvas sails that make it look more realistic. You'll also find a lighthouse or two along our water's edge, and these lighthouses actually light up. We wanted to keep this whole theme going, and we brought it to the wall in so many different art forms, and this one is really interesting to me. This is a set of 3 fish that are mirrors, and we've grouped them on the wall because they make such a statement all together, and I think when you put them in your showroom, that's how you should sell them and try to sell them, or even add more, maybe 5 or 6, just to really create a long strength of a statement in there. Remember our sea glass that we started this whole venture through this water's edge, or the waterfront? The sea glass is also repeated in some wall art up here in a couple different pictures with the deep brown stained frames on them. On this, there's so many things happening here that it's so interesting. I told you that woven effect, or the weaving, is so trendy right now. You'll see it on these rabbits, these new contemporary birds. And then we brought some new containers in, and I love the denim effect on this and the striping. And again, the little feet for the raised pots. The little footed or raised element is a new trend also, and you'll see it in so many different places with so many different items. On this next shelf, you're going to see some more lighthouses that light up and containers with that woven effect, but this is a heavier resin material, and it has the two-tone with the white, it looks as if they were dipped in white with the natural woven rattan up above. Some new pieces that are a little more contemporary. There's bookends with more of that modern look, of that rustic feel of somewhere down by the river, a couple picture frames that coordinate with it, and a clock. And then these two little fun pieces. This is a couple of fish that you would have on a string. These would make cute little things to tie on lanterns, or to accessorize different things in your home. I shared with you a couple of lanterns earlier that look like treasure chests in white. Well, we have a similar version here with the natural wood, and it just brings us all together with a couple new lanterns that will be a beautiful host to any one of our simplex candles. Artwork is so unusual that it just comes to life in this waterfront. And if you look over on this wall here, you're going to see some new artwork. There's one picture that I really like that has a bunch of grasses, but I think the interesting artwork that's different are these two smaller pieces there. They're actually done with rocks and a little bit of paint, creating lines of the tree or the stem going up to the flowers. It almost looks like an art project that any one of us could do, but I know I can't, and this one turned out really, really nice. We are in Waterfront, and we're talking about water, so how can you have a garden or a home setting without having running water in your house? And there's so many different ways you can do it, especially with our fountains. And we've introduced some really, really interesting fountains this season. You really need to take the moment of your day and check out our fountains. So as you can see, there's so many different things in Waterfront. I know we have something for you. It doesn't matter where you're from, the sea, the ocean, by a river, pond, as I mentioned earlier. Take a moment of your day, sail into Waterfront.